I actually write books, and my second one came out roughly 3 months ago. Basically, the series is called The Jericho Files, and it's about a psychic who hunts and stalks serial killers. There are some very explicit kill-em-up death scenes in there, and my friends called it gore porn, but what do they know? And so far, it's got 4 to 5 stars on Amazon. You should probably check it out, and it is print on demand. But if you're one of those guys that can't read like me, or you're just too lazy to read, we're gonna have audiobooks coming out soon. So in the meantime, click on the links in the description and go enjoy your own gore ornpay. What's up, you sad, simping, walking ATMs? Terrence Popp here, Redonkulous.com.
And returning from the gay cruise on a 5K walk of shame, I'm Toxic Male.
Good Popp showed up today because I have great news for you gentlemen and scholars out there. Remember all of that bullshit we were taught growing up that, get married, have kids, be the provider, all the way up until the point of that sweet release of death. You don't have to do that anymore. Screen 5. Hey, look, the reason why men die before women is because they fucking want to. I have been to many cemeteries in my time, and I remember walking down one of the aisles, and I look and I see one of those couple graves. And the husband, he burned in 20 years prior to her. That lucky bastard. But believe it or not, gentlemen, in a galaxy far, far away and a time far past, marriage used to be worth it. Because back in the day, they used to have a thing for men, and I can't quite remember what it was. Take it away, Toxic Male. Oh, that's right, respect. Nowadays, we men, we're nothing but a bunch of Rodney Dangerfields. Here's to you, brother. God rest your soul.
I mean, that's the story of my life. No respect. I don't get no respect at all. Are you kidding?
We get no respect, and when we point it out, everyone laughs like we're stupid or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, dudes, but before no-fault divorce defecated all over the nuclear family, things were better. Men were allowed to be men, and nobody called us toxic for acting that way. And women recognized that having a good man providing for them was actually a privilege. It wasn't until pink taxidermy came around and decided to destroy this vital framework. They took it, shit on it, and then reclassified it as toxic patriarchy. After all, an institution that robs men of half their shit on a whim, it must perpetuate male privilege. Right?
Marriage is not about equality. It's about perpetuating male privilege.
To actually believe such a thing, your head has to be so far up your own ass, you use your own mouth as a peephole.
But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be that way, not anymore. Back in the day when it was worth it, women actually saved themselves for marriage and actually looked forward to having children. Now, they waste themselves on the bad boys and look at children as anchors of begrudgery. And when they're done with that phase, they expect you to make a meal from those nasty-ass leftovers. No thanks, I'm full. But, bad news, ladies, men are waking up, and I'm helping them. We're still Rodney Dangerfields out here, but just at the end of the movie.
I don't take shit from no one.
Pour yourself a menagerie, stiff enough to please an ornpay queen. Because today, dudes, I'm gonna show you what you can save when you're saving yourself from marriage. So, kick off your yoke of slavery and let us begin and keep up with the drinking, you pussies. Yeah. Let's go to hypothetical land. She's different and she loves you. So, what do? Because you're a genius. You write a check against it because you're thinking, I'm going to hit that every single day. But in your rush to lock down that poon, you didn't realize you wrote a blank check.
And you know who gets to fill that out? Yeah, you do. Your wife, while she's getting filled in by Jamal, Jackson, Chad, Tyrone, and Pablo.
Statistically speaking, the odds of you using someone else's bazooka juice for lube have never been higher. I know I'm being an absolute savage here, but I'm only telling you the truth. And if that hurts, one of us is living a lie. Wah! You think you're locking that poon in for a lifetime supply, but this is what's really happening. Ha!
He's right, you know. I have nothing further to add.
Now that I have you all in the right frame of mind, let's say hypothetically you busted your ass and you secured that dream job. You're an aeronautical engineer, pulling down $120K a year, working for that Tesla guy. You know, the one who likes to get high? You've got a beautiful wife, while it lasts. You got 3 kids. You are living the dream. But under that Norman Rockwell surface is a nightmare. The following numbers are taken directly from DuckDuckGo searches. And why is that? Fuck Bing and Google, just saying. And we're going to compound these numbers over a 20-year period because she's in it to win it. So if you're pulling down 120K a year, this is simple math. By year 20, you have earned $2.4 million.
Holy shit, Pop, $2.4 million. I got it made and I'm living large.
No, you're not. If you were not married, you'd be absolutely correct on that one.
So let's all get hammered while we peel back the layers on this onion-covered shit log. And when we're done, we can all have a good cry, weh?
The fairly elected government of the state and federal variety, they need their cut. By the time you're done paying off the Gestapo so they don't send over a SWAT team to kick your door and take you to jail, I've taken you to the cleaners for $720,000. That's only if you have a good accountant. God damn, 122,000. 120. Where's my tax attorney? God damn it. Back in the day when I was in the Army, we called it the green weenie.
Pack your shit, unpack your shit. Go over here, go over there. Wait around. You don't get paid. No food, no sleep. Fuck your coffee. Go to hell. Do what we tell you because you're a
Grunt.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
And all through that 20 years, you were getting busy doing one of the classic mistakes that men make. You're raw dogging the road whore because let's face it, that's what she is. And she dropped 3 vaginal turds. All of them were conveniently spaced out so she didn't have to go back to work ever. Statistically speaking, one of them isn't yours, but at least you'll have one that will never have to tan. Oh shit, it just got dark in here. The first kid is gonna cost you $250 large to raise from 0 to 18. The second and third kid, they're not gonna cost you quite as much. Because, you know, you can repurpose a lot of the bullshit for the new kids that come along. So for all 3 kids from 0 to 18, you're looking at $500K. But after they turn 18, it is not over. Not by a long shot. You either pay outright or you're gonna have to sock away money to send your 3 kids to some liberal indoctrination center. This is where you pay $70K per kid to have them turned against you. And why?
You're fucking a white male!
And the only help you're gonna get is if one of your daughters has an OnlyFans account. Oh, God. Speaking as a father of 2 daughters, I'm now worried and officially depressed, Space Ghost. You gotta have somewhere to keep these resource leeches, so you gotta keep them in a house. The average cost of a house in middle-class America is $284,000. But you only planned on having 2 kids so you can avoid the middle kid syndrome bullshit. However, it was your birthday or New Year's Eve. It was either one or the other. You got drunk, things got hot and heavy, uglies bumped, and things leaked out on our way to the shower. Lo and behold, you got a 3rd kid on the way. So you either have to get a bigger house or do a major remodel. And those could cost anywhere from 30 to 120 grand. And because she's different and she loves you, you will do one of these every 5 to 7 years to keep her happy. Minor remodels are anywhere from 1 to 30 grand. Hey, on the high end, that's an armored vehicle and a bunch of sniper rifles. Hopefully you're taking your payments up front for these elective surgeries, if you know what I mean. Oh, you want a new bathroom? Come over here and bend over. There you go. There you go. Every time I have to overhaul perfectly good plumbing, guess who's getting their pipes cleaned? Screen 5. When all is said and done, this is going to cost you roughly $490,000 over a 20-year period. But you're not done yet. You got to provide transportation for this resource leech. Because you didn't just buy a house. You paid for a lie. Happy wife, happy life. Are you kidding me? And that's gonna cost you 25 G's every 5 years at a minimum. And why is that? Well, she's sick of driving it and the kids ruined all the seats. So she gets a new vehicle every half a decade and you get the leftover vehicle. How stupid are you? Never mind all the shenanigans that went on in that minivan while you were at work and the kids were at school. Because any vehicle where you can lie down in when you remove the seats is a liability to your manhood.
You smell that? Smells like one of those Gwyneth Paltrow candles in here.
Now that I'm sufficiently nauseated, let's move on because that's 100 grand you will never see again. But it's not all bad news. You get to take a vacation with the family every other year. And that's the good news. The bad news is you're paying for it all. And since you're paying for room, board, food, travel, and souvenirs for the entire family, that's 20 G's a pop, no pun intended. And after 20 years of marital bliss, you're 200K in the hole, and we all know what hole we're talking about. I call it the Bermuda Triangle because that's where money, careers, and lives disappear without a trace. Now remember, we started out with $2.4 million. Now, let's embrace our inner wage gap enthusiast and steal it all away because I can. Let's recap here. Taxes, $720,000. Raising 3 children from 0 to 18, $500 large. 4 years of college per kid, $210,000. Housing and renovations, $490K. Cars for her, not you, 100 grand. $200,000 in vacations. With 1 blowjob per vacation because I earned it, do it now. Subtract all of that from the original $2.4 million and tell me what you have left. You have a whopping $180,000 left over for retirement. Not bad, right? Because you're ahead of the power curve. But
What if that midlife empty nest crisis kicks in, huh? And then suddenly you've got a 47-year-old slot C with 300,000 miles on it thinking it can leak fluid all the way back to the showroom for a bigger, better deal. You're gonna get divorced, dude.
because apparently Jamal and Jackson, they have something for second scrotums. Screen 5. All of a sudden, that 180 grand turns into 90. And now you have to sell that $300,000 house and split the equity with your soon-to-be ex. Best case scenario, you get 200 grand out of that house. And then you have to cut that in half. But you're a man, so you're gonna get stuck with all of the court costs for both sides in the divorce. So you take that 100 grand and cut 30 right off the top. So now you're looking at $160,000 for your retirement. Not bad, it's only a little less than what you had before. Until you realize she spent 20 years not working and raising those children. You know what that means? Alice isn't horny any more money, possibly for the rest of your life. So now you're paying 30% of your income to the ex-sloot on top of everything else. That's $36,000 a year for her laying on her back until you kick your air addiction. Bye-bye. So any thoughts of this great retirement? They're gone. The only retirement plan that doesn't mean paying off this extortion is prison. 3 hots in a cot and some ambush sex in the shower. That's a deal at any price, Space Ghost. You know, because if you're gonna get fucked, you might as well get fucked. No homo. And knowing your luck, a couple of your ex-wives, play toys will be in there doing 5 to 10. And I have to ask for a friend. Is it incest if you get surprise banged by one of your Eskimo brothers? Oh, God! With that image fresh in your mind, please drink with me so we can wash it away. So please remember this, dudes. You do not own them. It is only your turn. Obviously, when the respect for men is gone, well, marriage, that's going in the toilet. Until women can learn to respect what we have to offer, it's not worth it until the laws and their mindset change. There is no upside, there is only downside, especially when you're getting bent over in prison. So take your $2.4 million to redonkulous.com/donate and hack off a chunk because we just saved you a lot of money. And with the rest of that money, spend it on pros. Pleasure reciprocating orifices. It doesn't matter if it's on the nightstand or on the court bench. You are paying sooner or later. So, you might as well just rent it and give it back. Hit it, quit it, run it through all the gears, neutral slam it, jump it over a ramp and leave it in a ditch, dripping fluid from the tailpipe in front of Section 8 housing. And when you're done, pour yourself a shot and drink with me. I'm done with you, go away. And I'm in a reptile house. And back in the day, you used to be able to look down on a pit full of alligators, Yeah. And this guy and this woman are arguing. Yeah. And out of nowhere, he just picks her shaking piss dog up and throws it in there. I was just like, wow!
That's awesome.
The whole time, she's like, ah! Ah! And I looked out, and that dog lasted like 18 seconds. Gone. They swallowed him with the leash and everything.